Look who's back. Hopefully you did not miss me. A little under the
Nope.
weather yesterday. Big thank you to Adam Trigger for filling in. I understand
Yep.
that it was a 3-0 sweep on the morning wager yesterday. So guess you
Here's
don't
my
need
little
me,
broom.
huh?
Here's my little
I don't have the
broom.
broom. I'm in a
Sweetie.
different room now.
Oh,
Different
you
room,
need to
no
get the
broom.
broom in the room. Yeah, no, listen, big thanks to Trig for filling in. Handed out a bunch of winners yesterday, Trig did. Came through with Bryan covering against St. John's. We came through with Colgate Raiders with a lead in the second half against Kentucky, and then Trey Young. Buckets. 3-0, baby. So that was good. Now you're back
the
to
same
screw it up.
Trey Young, the same Trey Young that you texted me in the first quarter saying, yeah, Trey Young is not going over 20 points. And I said, it's the
It's 2
first quarter,
points.
sir.
And 2 points like the first 9 minutes of the first quarter. I'm like, okay, this is dead on arrival.
Okay, that third quarter was good. Hopefully, in my return, by the way, I actually went 4-0 yesterday for clients,
I went
despite being sick.
3-0.
I hope you guys appreciated those write-ups. It took every ounce of strength I had to put those write-ups together. And I don't have a lot of strength, as I believe Mark Zinno mentioned yesterday when he pot-shotted me when I wasn't on the show. Yes, folks, I am a
I told
pansy when I'm sick.
everybody that you were a big vagine because you were
Come on.
sick. You couldn't
I am.
sit there for like 11 minutes and just talk with me? Like you were
No.
that sick?
Yes. Some have
There was
said,
somebody in the comments section yesterday who said he should have puked on the show live. I go, he actually thought about doing it.
yes. Yes. All right. Plays that will not make you puke, but will hopefully increase the size of your bankroll coming up. We are talking Thursday night football, Rams at 49ers. But before we get to that, we've got a couple basketball plays for you. Mark Zinno is going to be talking college. I will be talking NBA. Mark, the battle of Cy Hawk comes to the basketball court. This is always one of the big football games early in the year, in-state rivalry-wise. Iowa, not a team that loses at home very often, we were talking about, yet they are getting a plentiful number of points against one of the top teams in the country, Iowa State. You think it's too many?
6.5 points to be exact. Situationally, this game sets up really well for the Hawkeyes. Why? Because look, Iowa State is 7-1 on the year. Their only loss was a 2-point gut punch loss to Auburn, and they have now won 4 straight. They are also playing their first true road game of the year. We love teams, fading teams playing their first true road game of the year. Why? Because going out on the road stinks. Iowa is 7-2 on the year. They're 6-0 at home. Did I mention that over the last 4 seasons, Iowa's lost exactly 11 combined home games over the last 4 years, meaning Fran McCaffrey and the Iowa Hawkeyes don't lose many games at home. That's a good stat that's in our back pocket. What did they do last time out? They lost at Michigan, another 2-point loss in a game that really they could have won and stole. They did not. So Iowa looking to rebound against Iowa State. From a game standpoint, look, I'm not going to lie. Iowa State's good on both ends of the floor. It's a really good team. They are top 10 in offensive adjusted efficiency in Ken Palm, and they're top 10 in defensive adjusted efficiency in Ken Palm. Outside of Tennessee, no other team in the country can claim that distinction. So, look, they are a good scoring team inside, and they defend really well. Iowa has 2 chances here to really make things happen, okay? They're another great shooting team, 65th in the country in three-point shooting, okay? And they are a very good team when it comes to effective field goal percentage. They make their shots when they take them. What you need to worry about is 2 things for Iowa. On the glass, particularly the offensive glass, and then their free throws. That may be what does us in. But again, I love the momentum here for the Hawkeyes coming back home against Iowa State. Standalone primetime game on FS1. Iowa plus 6.5. My half the double play.
Go ahead, smash that like button if you agree there. We will now go from the college game to the pros, a limited NBA slate, as has been all week due to the NBA Don't Call It Emirates Cup. And we were talking, Mark, off air. Seems like a lot of points that the Miami Heat are laying to the Toronto Raptors tonight. So we did some digging. And guess what? This is the most points Miami has laid in any game this season. And it's, a lot of times I talk about buy low, sell high. This, to me, and I think you would concur, sir, is a sell high spot on the Miami Heat. Not only is it the most points they've been laying in any game all season, but they come in having won and covered 3 in a row. All 3 games at home. They beat the Lakers by 1,000,000. Then they beat Phoenix. Then they beat the Cavs. Okay, the Cavs, a team with the best record in the league. Now we find them laying 10.5 to a Raptors team that, yes, has struggled on the road. I think the Raptors have the worst road record in the entire NBA at 1-11 straight up. Yes, that is the worst road record in the NBA. However, these teams just played twice not that long ago, November 29th here in Miami, then December 1st in Toronto. The Heat did win the first game here at home by 10. They were laying 8, but then they lost in Toronto outright as 4.5-point favorites. Interesting. Toronto shot well both of those games, over 50%. And even in that 10-point loss in Miami, the Raptors outscored the Heat in 3 of the 4 quarters. It was just one bad quarter that doomed Toronto. I know there's injuries on the Toronto side. Okay, no Scotty Barnes, but I think this is too many points. Miami's not a team that's built to win by margin. It's a total sell high spot. Give me the points with Toronto. Crazy things can happen in the NBA, even when teams are shorthanded, as we've seen. The Raptors, 17-8 ATS overall this year. So while they're not winning, they typically cover. We've got a nice number. Give me the Raptors plus the points. That makes it a double play on Thursday. Raptors as an underdog in the pros. Iowa as an underdog in the college game. I said something that has made you laugh, apparently, Mark Zinno.
It's good to see that one day of sickness has not knocked you off your brand of betting on a team that has exactly one road win the entire year and betting them on the road. Yeah.
So you want to rip me, even though you said what a good pick it was before we got on the show.
For the record, I'm the one who told you about the game, okay?
You pointed me in the direction, and I said, oh, that sounds interesting. Maybe I'll talk about that on the show.
I know, because inevitably what happens when you and I discuss things and I start saying things that are completely out of whack, right? Just like, to the normal average person, you're like, oh, you're starting to say things that interest me. Oh, yes. Raptors 1-11 on the road. Time to jump right in. Let's get them on the road tonight. It's such a prime spot for them.
Hey, you and I both agreed last time. Houston hadn't beaten Golden State since Obama was president, I think. Yes, and they beat him last night. So,
yeah, no, it's pre-COVID last time I did it. Pre-COVID. Yeah, Trump's first.
Oh, okay. I get confused who the president.
Hey, that was one of my client plays yesterday, baby. For the exact zero of you that bought the package.
Okay, now we don't need to open up the accounting here. All right, promotion time, real quick. Look, I'm not going to look. It was a 4-0 sweep yesterday. It was much needed, but we have a lot of work to do after a disastrous 10-day span for yours truly. The next 10 days are going to be a lot better. I promise all of you. And right there, you get the rest of December for $199. No, it can't. No, it can't. Rest of December for $199 is a good deal. If you don't want to invest that long term, you can get the next 10 days for $99 as well. You just head on over to wt.buzz/MZ, wt.buzz/BP for those deals. Is there anything specific you would like to tell the people about Mark Zinno that's going on Thursday?
Yes, no, you left out. I can't stand it when I have to do your job. It's really getting irritating at this point. Okay.
What did I say?
You left out the most important thing. You know what technically starts on Saturday, December 14th? Bowl season, baby. Yeah. Get our bowl package. Screw the $149 one. $199 rest of December. Buy the morning wager bowl package.
Here, this is why I handle this portion of the program, Zinno. Our combo bowl package isn't available anymore. So it's
not?
So, no.
Really?
Yes.
Did it really?
It wasn't available. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Really?
It's not available. Yeah, it's not available.
Why?
That's why
I need to talk to somebody.
I'll tell you what, Seinfeld confirmed is still a great show. I watched about 20 reruns over the last.
Why did they take it down?
Because it's get the rest of December for $199. There we go. All right. God bless America. I feel ill again.
Bowl season didn't start. Why is it not available?
Will you stop it? Will you stop it? I want to move on to the Thursday night football game.
I want answers. I
Well,
want
then
the
I
truth.
don't know. There's a
You
Slack channel
can't
for that.
handle the truth.
I know I can't. All right. I'm starting to feel ill again. All right. I have this great new lighting setup, but I think I've got it on the hot feature. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Okay. Can we talk
They
about
really
Thursday Night
took the thing
Football?
down. They really took the
Yes.
ball package.
I looked. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've been sick.
Rainier's like, just say this one. Just say this one.
Yes. All right. Anyway, I digress. The 49ers are playing the Rams. Sean McVay. This Rams team, I'll tell you, when they've got all the troops, so to speak, Matt Stafford, I know you talked about, you quoted a few good men earlier. When the Rams have all their troops, Stafford, Williams, Nakua, and Kupp, this team is really good. That game against Buffalo last week, it set some, I think it was the first game in NFL history where both teams scored 40 points and there were no turnovers. The Rams now head to San Francisco. The 49ers had a get-right game. They just absolutely beat the stuffing out of the Bears, outgained them by about 300 yards, destroyed them on a yards per play basis. So both teams kind of have new life in this wide open NFC West race where all four teams are still alive, Zinno. Based on what we saw last week, based on what we know these teams are capable of doing when they're fully, now I know the Rams aren't full, or the 49ers aren't fully healthy. They've got some injuries at running back, but they've at least got one guy that they'll be able to hand the ball off to. We think there's going to be some scoring in this game, at least early on.
Yeah. Outside of the fact I'm still stunned they took down the bowl package. I'm also stunned at the Rams' inconsistency. Like, this is a team that lost at home to the Dolphins a couple of weeks ago. They struggled with the Patriots. They struggled with the Saints. And yet they go out there and they hang punch for punch with the best team in the league, maybe in Buffalo. So I don't know really which Rams team you get from week to week. What I do know is Kyle Shanahan and the Niners have had the Rams number since 2018, prior to the loss that they had this year. I think they had won 9 of 10. The Niners had against the Rams. So you mentioned Isaac Guerrero back for the 49ers. We get the report this morning. He's going to play on Thursday night, which is a huge plus. Why were the Niners so effective last week? Because they had a running game, which is something they haven't had with any measure of consistency this year because Christian McCaffrey has been hurt. And then the other guy's been hurt. And then the third guy's been hurt. And they're on their fourth string, fifth string running back, wherever the hell they are right now. It's really bad. But if they have a run game, this team is much different. I think that they get one. And here's the thing, too. Like, my question, my fear in laying it with the Niners is simply this, that if they struggle offensively early and they can't get a run game going, I don't like them playing from behind and then having to catch up and still cover a number. But game script wise, if I believe the Niners can win this thing, and I do think they can, then they have to score early because they're not built to play from behind. They're built to play with a lead. That's where Shanahan with this current roster is constructed is better. So let's look at the Niners here to do some scoring early. The Rams will get theirs because the Niners defense is a shell of itself. Go over 24 in the first half. We get right at 24, decent number. We can get out of here 17-7, 14-10, 21-3, whatever it may be. Yep, we can get the push and get out of here if we don't get over. So, I think we're in a favorable position here, but I think we get scoring early and it picks up. Typically, these Thursday night games are a little bit lower scoring when they are not division games. I think when you have the familiarity from a division opponents, you see these guys know each other and know what to do. If the Niners score early and are doing their part here and they get to 14 in the first half, I feel pretty good the Rams get to at least 10 and we at least push this thing, if not go over.
All right, there you have it. Show best bet first half over between the Rams and the 49ers when these teams met back in week 3, I believe it was. 49ers blew a double-digit lead. That's been a problem for them this season, but we think they can at least get the points early. Also, I'll give you a little bonus plays. You know who's going to get in the end zone tonight? I think it's George Kittle. Hasn't scored a touchdown back-to-back weeks, but he has 8 touchdowns on the year. We always love attacking guys who are regulars in the end zone, but have maybe been on a bit of a touchdownless streak, if you will. So I wouldn't be Kittle at plus 145 anytime touchdown's not a bad look either. But the official show best bet is that first half over. Smash that like button if you agree. Smash that like button if you think Mark Zinno needs to stay more up to date on the promotions page at WagerTalk.com. And please leave your
smash that like
down
button
below.
And leave a comment. Leave a comment on how the hell could they end the bowl package before bowl season starts.
That we were told that.
I mean, like, think of it this way. Like, I can make a bet up to on a game up to when it kicks off. Bowl package should have been available all the way up to the first game.
You were told it was going to end on Tuesday, but I digress. All
Was.
right, that's going to do it for the
told me
morning wage. I
don't really read the Slack thing. Like, I don't really read this. It's just too many messages. It's like that group text that just doesn't stop. You know, like you just want out because all these people do all day long is text each other. Like, I don't want to go to the bathroom, take a dump, and come back to 67 text messages from a group text. That's what happens with the Slack channel. You put your phone down for an hour and 87 Slacks.
I had 4 people when the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode aired of Larry David hating group text send me the clip saying, "Oh, this reminded me of you." I didn't have the heart to tell 3 of them that I have them in group texts that are muted. It's terrible.
In fact,
anyway,
for the Morning Wager audience, Brian Power left a group text of a whole bunch of our friends.
Well, because I'm a baby and I had a bad weekend. All right, that's why. And I apologize.
They are asking when you're coming back. They have asked me.
Okay.
Zinno, when is BP coming back to the group chat?
I love you, Trig. I love you, Bio. I love you, AK. You're all phenomenal people. It's me, not you. All right, we're going to kill the show's over. We've rambled too long. Zinno doesn't know what kind of promotions are going on. We did give you 3 plays today. And, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I have a question for Mark Zinno, if I could, guys, for just a second here. Okay, Mark, let me ask you, if somebody signs up for the all-access $199 deal, exactly what fucking bowl game will they not get of yours? I'm just curious. If you could, I appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks. Love you guys. First time, long time.
I'm dead. That was good. I guess you'll get all my bowl package. Except for the bowls that start in January, Joe. Except for the bowls that are in January. They won't get those, okay?
I can't dance yet. I'm still sick. These lights are hot, by the way.
That was a good way.
Joe, you're going to have to teach me about this. I got warm, cold, light feature on this. Teach me about
Find the one that says attractive and hit that button.
I can't believe what just happened. Good show. Great to be back, everybody.